Hi everybody, I'm Melissa. Welcome back to CloudMom. Here I am back here in my sweet spot talking about nursing, breastfeeding, one of my favorite topics. I'm answering a question from Sherry, which really resonated with me, and here's what she says. She says, Melissa, my baby is 1.5 years old. I got my period after 6 months after birth, and I'm still breastfeeding him, but I'm not conceiving. What should I do? And guys, you know me, like I'm a note taker, okay? I try to keep all this in my head, but like it gets technical and I want to make sure I get all the information right. It's very important stuff. So forgive me for looking down, but I'm looking at my notes. Okay. I get this question a lot. I'm glad you asked it. You don't have to give up breastfeeding to get pregnant, but it can work as a natural contraceptive, okay? And I have some other videos on this. One is called Can I Get Pregnant While Breastfeeding? And the other is called Preparing for Pregnancy Soon After Birth. Some people like to space out their babies. Some people like to have them in rapid succession. Your baby's now 1.5 years, so I don't think that you're even gonna have them like that super close, but I hear from you that you really want to think about, having another baby now. So anyway, those videos, the prior ones that I've done in my experience were about moms who were breastfeeding and had a young baby, but who had not yet gotten their period. Your video, your question really interested me because your baby's now 1.5 years and you have been getting your period for almost 1 year or nearly 1 year. So I looked this up. Here's what I found out, and definitely check with your OB and ask your pediatrician too. And one of the sites I looked at that I highly recommend to you guys is called CloudMom. And I just think that's like an amazing resource. She's done an amazing job at like just putting together a lot of information about breastfeeding, and such good information. So anyway, here's what I learned. Even if you're breastfeeding, after the birth of your baby, your body basically begins a process of returning to full fertility over time. And, this can be confusing, because in some rare cases, and this did happen to me, you have not gotten your period yet, but you actually ovulate. This is how I got pregnant with Lachlan. Headley was only 5 months old, my first baby. So that can happen. It's rare, but it happens, which is why if you don't want to have a baby, even if you're breastfeeding, your doctor is going to prescribe a contraceptive, if you believe in contraceptives. Okay, then, new to me, I just learned this. After you get your period, you can have some cycles where you menstruate, but you don't ovulate, and therefore you're not fertile, and you don't really know. It like takes a little bit of time. Your case seems different though. And again, I'm not a doctor, but it does seem different. You've been getting your period now for 1 year, and I would imagine you're back to a regular cycle and you're ovulating, but you haven't conceived and you would like to. So according to research I've done, and this includes, CloudMom, it's unlikely at this point that breastfeeding is actually lowering your fertility. So don't just stop if you're not sure, but you definitely should check with your doctor, okay? He might recommend slowing down on the breastfeeding, maybe doing fewer sessions a day, or even stopping entirely. I hope he doesn't, but if he does, you'll know that you got a full 1.5 years in there of the breast milk, and hats off to you. That's really amazing. So anyway, I hope these answers were helpful. I really appreciate you writing into my site, sending lots of love to you and your baby. Let me know what happens, and I hope to see you back soon on CloudMom. Bye.